is it so much harder to talk to a camera than to talk to an audience of people? It's not right. And go. Hi everyone, my name's Fern Lulham and I'm a motivational speaker. This channel I want to be about both motivation and speaking. I want to talk about some of the things that can help us through our struggles in life and how similar we are emotionally when it comes to those struggles. We all have very different things that we're coping with and dealing with on a daily basis, but when it comes down to it, our emotions are very similar. Mental health is at an all-time high. Worldwide, internationally, everybody is struggling. I recently went to a conference where they said that 75% of people with depression aren't getting any help for it. So when you think about the amount of people who are getting help for depression, that's an epidemic. I also read that depression is the leading cause for disability. This is important for us on a psychological, physical, and emotional level. It's something we all need to be talking about. And luckily now more and more people are, but I want to join them. And I want to reach out to people who can't find their voice, who haven't spoken out yet, and encourage them to do that. When we go through our own emotional battles in life, it's easy for us to feel alone. It's easy for us to think that nobody could ever understand us, but the truth is there's always somebody else going through it. And that's the amazing thing about the internet. It gives us this resource where we can connect with other people, where we can share each other's stories, and where we can feel united and more confident in ourselves. As I always say when I do my speeches, I'm not somebody who's preaching to you about finding enlightenment. I'm not somebody who's got all of the answers and who doesn't struggle with major insecurity myself, because believe me, I do on a daily basis. For a long time, I was one of those people that would paint a smile on my face and pretend that everything was okay. In fact, I've been told that sometimes when I do my speeches, I look so happy, like nothing could possibly be wrong in my life. And that's just not true. I want to share with you some of my personal experiences, how I feel on a day-to-day basis, and the things that I do to get myself through the tough times. For me personally, one of my biggest insecurities is that I have an eye condition. Something that I do think is great these days is that there are so many people now talking about various disabilities, health conditions, long-term illness, and just various battles that they have to go through mentally, emotionally, and physically on a day-to-day basis. And it's making the world smaller. It's making us feel like there are people out there who understand. While I'm all about talking about the practicalities of my eye condition, I'm very open and comfortable to talk about things that make me different or things that people just might want to understand a little bit more about. Let's face it, when we don't have it ourselves, it's hard to know the right or the wrong things to say, or what it's like for that person who's going through it. I also want to talk about the similarities, the emotions we have in common, how we can understand people through our own experiences of the world, even if they seem completely different to us. This is something that I'm really passionate about. And it's the one thing that I promote the most throughout my motivational speaking is this idea that we are all very similar at our core. Outwardly, externally, yes, we all have our own factors, our own insecurities, and our tailor-made problems. However, if we dig a little bit deeper, behind all of these practical issues is this amazing thing that we all have in common, which is our emotional responses. These are things we all share, we can all relate to. The thing that connects us and unites us as human beings, and the best way, I believe, to understanding one another and ourselves even better. Our own confidence, our sense of self-esteem. Situations like meeting new people or starting new jobs or going into a situation you're not entirely comfortable with. Socially and emotionally navigating our way through this crazy world that we live in and trying to do a pretty good job without making a fool of ourselves. That's something we all want, and something I think we all have trouble with at times. Owning that foolishness. Something that we all have to learn to do sooner or later. Listen, we're all going through these things together, as alone as you might feel at times. And I think it's really important to get as many people involved in this as possible, to share their stories, to help others through their own experiences, and to make everybody realise that there is somebody who understands. Mental health problems can come as a result of so many different scenarios, situations, practicalities that people find themselves in. And as the statistics show, we're all united in those emotional and mental feelings. Of course, I'm not saying that everybody who has a struggle or a battle or a hard time in life is struggling with a mental health issue per se, but it can be the start of a long road downwards, and we don't want to spiral down that path. Talking about it is the first step. Being brave enough to speak out and reach out to other people, finding friends, finding people who are like-minded to us, being inspired by other people's stories, by other people's experiences and how they found their way through them. And being a motivational speaker, I figured the other thing that I can talk about is speaking. How to communicate effectively, how to write and deliver a good speech, and how to just get your point across to your audience, whoever your audience may be. Your audience doesn't have to be a grand stadium. It can simply be your friend. Anyone who's listening to you, who you want to relate to, who you want to get your feelings out to. We can talk about how you can do that in a way that's going to make them understand and reciprocate, and in turn maybe open up to you. To find out a bit more about the speaking side of things, you can visit my website at fernlulham.com. I'll leave all the links on this video in various places. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to get in touch and let me know. I'd love to answer them, I'd love to chat to you more, and let's just get to know each other and start out on something new and exciting. It might be a new chapter in your life, it's definitely a new chapter in mine, so come along for the journey and join in. Like I say, I want as many people involved with this as possible. And of course, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this channel for more motivation, more speaking, and a whole lot more fun. Thanks for watching and enjoy your day as though it were your favourite old comfiest shoes that you haven't worn in ages. Take care guys, speak to you soon, bye! Really good at this. Hello! Hi everyone, my name's Fern Lulham and I'm in good start. And to realise how similar... Shh. And I want to reach out to those people... Oh my god. Nancy, shush. And I want to reach out to those people... Oh my god. And it's one of my major insecurities. Is the emotional response. For more motivation, more speaking, and more stupidity. For more fun times. Like, comment, why is that so hard to say?